Hi, how are you guys? My name is Tony Martinez. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this. If you clicked on this link, it's because the title intrigued you, Alternative Earning Strategies. Wait a minute, how could I earn my money from in an alternative method than the way the majority of middle America is earning their money? So I'm here to talk to you about that, okay? As I said to you, my name is Tony Martinez. I'm the CEO and founder of a company called TKO Financial Network. I've been in the financial services industry now for 20 years. A big bulk of that time has been spent working with the hyper wealthy, showing them how to take advantage of some strategies that, quite frankly, I almost wish middle Americans have much more access to. And so I'm going to point out a couple features here on this board. And I want you, as I'm pointing them out, to think to yourself, man, I'd like to add this to my portfolio. I'd like to have a portion of my dollars into these types of programs or have these types of features because they're of interest to me. And so let's take a look at them. Alternative earning strategies consists of real estate transactions. Well, do I have real estate in my portfolio? I don't. I'd like to add it, right? But I don't have $300,000-$400,000 to get into it. What if you could get into these strategies with nothing more than $25,000 and have those dollars inside of a real estate type of a portfolio, right? A debt position investment. You know what debt position investment means? This means rather than purchasing the actual real estate, rehabbing it and flipping it, which is what a lot of people like to do with their portfolios, right? What if you could put yourself into a debt position where you're the lender to a real estate transaction? You're the lender to a real estate transactions, which means you're going to get a chance to get promissory notes, security agreements, lien positions. You're going to get fixed rates of return in a predictable manner. What if you have, because of that, you have now collateral? What if the collateral is worth much more than the amount of money that you're lending out? Meaning you got a lot of security in place because you're going to have promissory notes that determine the rules of when payments are due, at what amount, and what interest rates. But if for whatever reason there's a default where you've got collateral to fall back on that's worth more than the amount of money you invested. What if you get a lien position, a first lien, a second lien? What does that mean? That means a first mortgage or a second mortgage, right? If you think about a real estate transaction right now, the person that typically puts himself in this position, you know who it is? It's the bank. The bank says, listen, you need this money for this property. I understand you're going to rehab this property, you're going to fix it up, but hey, here are the terms and conditions for me to loan you my money. Whether your project is on time or not on time, guess what? You need to make payments to us. And if you don't make the payments to us, we've put ourselves in a position where the collateral is worth more than what we loaned you. Therefore, we know that the worst absolute case scenario is we can always repossess the property. What if you could put yourself in that type of position through a lien? What if you could also collect what's called a UCC, which is a commercial lien, right? And so the borrower of these transactions is typically large scale companies. What if you could put yourself into a UCC position where you now have a lien on the assets of that entire company? Not just the collateral itself that the money's being put into, but all of the assets of the entire company to give you another level of protection. If these types of strategies are intriguing to you, if fixed returns are intriguing to you, you might say to yourself, fixed returns aren't exciting. Fixed returns are into the 3 and 4 and 5% range. Well, what if you could get fixed returns in a 12 to 24 month time period? So you have short-term programs and generate anywhere from 15 to 25%. Wait a minute, Tony, you mean to tell me that I could put my money into a 12-month program, an 18-month program, a 24-month program, and get a fixed predictable return that's going to be anywhere from 15 to 25%? And I have the opportunity to be collateralized with an asset that's worth more than the amount of money that I'm putting in, and I don't need two, three, four, $500,000 to be in this real estate portfolio. I could do this on a $25,000 minimum amount. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. And the wealth of America, one thing they understand is something called good debt. Good debt. When you hear the word debt in middle America, you think debt, bills, expenses, credit cards. It's a negative. I want to pay off my debt. I want to pay off my debt. You know what the wealth don't want to do? They don't want to pay off good debt because good debt makes them money. Good debt creates arbitrage, the ability to earn money using other people's money, the ability to generate a 15 to 25% return from these debt position investments. If everything I'm talking to you about right now is interesting to you and you're saying to yourself, man, I want to learn more about these alternative earning strategies. I want to learn more about putting my money into a 12 to 24-month period. That's not a very long time. And I want to be able to make a 15 to 25% return. I really want to get my portfolio towards retirement in place. I really want to get my money looking right over the next 12 to 24 months, because that type of return will be huge. And I want to be able to do it in a predictable environment. Then do me a favor. I'm going to give you a phone number or an email that you can hit up. If you hit up the email, do me a favor, also hit up the phone. When I say hit up the phone, I'm talking about shoot them a text message. The number is 239-784-1118. Again, 239-784-1118. Now, the email you could shoot over, okay, is admin@tkofinancialnetwork.com. Admin@TKO, like total knockout, even though that's not what the TKO means. TKOfinancialnetwork.com. If you shoot an email, make sure you have your name. Make sure you let us know that you're reaching out to us because you saw this video, but do me a solid as well too and shoot over a text message, because the text messages are viewed a lot more than the emails. We're getting thousands and thousands of emails on a daily basis, and so it's very easy to get lost in the sauce. Shoot us a text message and we know, oh, this person saw this video, is interested in learning more. And if you saw this video through some type of a social media platform and there's a form to fill out, do yourself a favor and fill out that form, and I'll make sure that someone in our advanced markets division reaches out to you, sets up a one-on-one consultation with you free of charge to explain to you more in depth how these alternative earning strategies work. Have a good one and be blessed.